Hello guys, this is my Salamangreat deck that I have for sale on eBay. This is just a starter deck. I have it all laid out here. I will be explaining the cards in a second, but disclaimers first. It will be coming in various rarities. You'll get Gazelle at common, Spinny at super probably. Circle might be a common. So they're not guaranteed rarities. Just assume everything might be common or rare, you know. Also conditions, it might be moderate play to near mint. So these all look pretty good here. I know some of the extra deck stuff like Sunlight Wolves aren't going to look that great. For some reason they all have bad quality on them, I don't know. But let's just go through the deck. These will be $30 decks. These are your starter decks. There is consistent combo that happens in here that makes a good first turn board. So we'll get into that later. First, we have 3 Salamangreat Foxy. You'll excavate the top 3 cards of your deck and add 1 when he's normal summoned. So your whole deck you get to add basically. So it's a +1 on summon. Also, it has a secondary effect that you can use once per turn, other than the adding effect. You can discard a Salamangreat card if there is a face-up spell or trap on the field, and special summon itself from the graveyard. Gazelle, this is your most important monster. It'll be sending any Salamangreat monster from your deck to your graveyard, or card in general, your spells and traps also. If a Salamangreat monster is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon it from the hand, so that's good. You can conjunction with cards like Spinny. Spinny, if it's in your graveyard, you can special summon it. Jaguar does the same. It does piercing on the field, so that's pretty cool. Foul can special summon itself from the hand if you summon a Salamangreat monster. Also, it has a second effect to send Salamangreats from your hand or field to graveyard to stop a spell and trap card from activating this turn. You have 2 Salamangreat Falco. This lets you add spells and traps from your graveyard when it's sent. Also, it can special summon itself by bouncing one of your main deck Salamangreats to your hand. 1 Mirror, good extender. When it's added to the hand, you could just special summon it, like Snake Eye Poplar. Also, you can discard a Salamangreat card to special summon it. Raccoon is going to defend you from battle. I believe you gain the attack points of the opponent's monster, so that's good. And your monster can't be destroyed by battle. Wolvie will, if special summon from the graveyard or added from a hand, added to hand from the graveyard, you can just add another fire monster from your graveyard to your hand. And 1 Salamangreat Mole, good extender. This will build you advantage again if your whole field is annihilated. You can banish this guy, shuffle back 5 Salamangreat cards from your graveyard into your deck and draw 2. Next spells, we have 3 Circle. This adds you any Salamangreat monster from your deck to your hand. It's pretty sick. 2 Salamangreat Charge. It can special summon a fire monster from your banish zone and your graveyard. You target 3, special summon 1, shuffle the other 2 back. Also, if you have a fire ritual, fusion, synchro, XYZ, or link, basically all your Salamangreats, if they have a higher attack point value, a different attack point value than the original attack, you can destroy a card on the field. So nice quick play destruction there. Fury of Fire counts as a Salamangreat card. You special summon 2 Salamangreat monsters with different names from your hand or graveyard in defense. They're negated, and you can only special summon once more from your extra deck, but this is like the punctuation on your main board if you want to add on to it. This is Salamangreat Sanctuary. This lets you play. It lets you re-summon your Salamangreat monster links with cards of the same name, so they get the additional effects. Will of the Salamangreat. Let's just summon Salamangreats from your graveyard or your hand. It's a nice extension tool. Salamangreat Recurrence lets you add Salamangreat monsters from your graveyard with different names to your hand. And if it's set and destroyed by a card effect, you get to add a Salamangreat spell trap to your hand. We already did all the monsters. Let's move on to the traps. Your traps, your most important line of defense. We have 2 roars. This is your Omni Negate against monster effect activations and spell and trap activations. Rage is going to be your destroyer. You get to send a Salamangreat from your hand or field to the graveyard, destroy a card. Or if you have one that's resummoned using itself as material, you get to destroy that many cards to their link arrows. Last but not least, the Salamangreat Revive. This is a revival card, as the name suggests. But because we have so many duplicates of our Salamangreats, this can put a duplicate from the graveyard back if you have one on the field, and it'll gain that attack. So let's say you have Jack Jaguar, 1 on the field, 1 in grave. This is a attack modifying trap. So you can banish it during the damage step in your graveyard, put the Jack Jaguar back into your deck. This one gets boosted by 18, and now that's a 3600 attack guy that they attacked into. They might not have read Revive fully, and that's an advantage right there. All right, now the extra deck. So these are your most important cards. This is what you play towards. You have no bosses in your main deck. So if you get locked out of your extra deck, it's pretty rough. You're gonna have to try to play around with your revives, stacking some attack, you know, doing that kind of stuff. So 3 Balinks adds your Sanctuary, your most important card to play. This is what you're gonna start all your plays off with. And in the graveyard, it also has a protection effect. You can banish it, protect a Salamangreat card from getting destroyed. Mirage Stalio, your other card. That's why you have the 3s in the deck. Spinny is most important with Gazelle. Foxy can also help with that. Summoning this guy, you get to special summon any Salamangreat monster from your deck. Sunlight Wolf, you have 3 of them. This is going to be your main advantage engine. It's going to be adding stuff back from your graveyard, spells, traps, monsters, all that good stuff. Promethean Princess lets you special summon a fire monster from your graveyard. It's also a disruption in the graveyard. If your opponent were to special summon, you can destroy a fire monster you control and a monster they control, so that's pretty nice. Then Raging Phoenix does nothing on initial summon, but when you relink him, you get to add any Salamangreat card from your deck to your hand. It's going to be your spell traps, most likely. Your Omni Negate, you know, your destruction. And also, if it's in the graveyard, it is another line of defense, because if a fire monster you control will be destroyed, it can bring itself back, target the monster, and gain the attack of the monster. Next, these are kind of utility cards. These make your, what do you call it? These all actually make your Salamangreat charge alive, the destruction effect. So Helio, when it's summoned, its regular effect is to send a spell trap your opponent controls into the deck. Then if you relink summon him, you get to target a monster on the field and a monster in your graveyard. That monster on the field becomes the attack of the monster in your graveyard. So you could boost your monsters, you could lower your opponent's monsters, and it opens up a avenue for a charge to be live. And now we have Doolittle Chimera and Flame Administrator. Doolittle is a more general card for fire monsters in general. You get 500 attack points. I think waters lose 400 attack and defense. So yeah, you're gonna buff all your fire monsters, but your opponent has fire. You don't want to use this. want to use Flame Administrator instead. All link monsters you control gain 800 attack. So it'll make your Sunlight Wolf 26 suddenly. Your Raging Phoenix is 36, you know, your Promethean Princess, you know, they all get buffed pretty much. And summoning these cards is going to be like your punctuation at the end, like I said. It makes you charge live. You could summon them with Fury of Fire and then just end on them. You know, you get another link zone pointing this way. So that's pretty good. Now I'll show you the main combo, I guess. All right, so what we have here is our best combo. This is a 2-card combo. You know, when you start the game, you're not only gonna have 2 cards, but if you do, these are the best 2 cards you can have. These are your Salamangreat Gazelle and your Spinny. So this is the hand. Summon Spinny and link it off for Salamangreat Balinks. Right here, so you can see it better. It'll trigger, and also your Gazelle in your hand will trigger. You special the Gazelle, you use Balinks to add Sanctuary. Now Gazelle activates and allows you to send Roar to the graveyard from your deck. Next, Spinny will revive itself, and then you will XYZ summon Mirage Stalio. Then you'll send Gazelle to the grave, detaching it as material. To special summon a Salamangreat from the deck, which will be Jaguar. Now, you'll link those 2 off, your Balinks and your Jack, for Sunlight Wolf. Then Jack is going to activate in the graveyard. You could send a Salamangreat monster from your graveyard into the deck to special summon itself to a link point your Salamangreat monster points to. So you'll be sending back Balinks because you want to add Gazelle when Jaguar is summoned. Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf will activate, adding a fire monster from graveyard to hand. Boom, we get Gazelle back. Then, of course, you want to link off this Jaguar for Balinks because you want to have it there in your grave for protection. We'll link summon now into Promethean Princess. That'll summon back your Sunlight Wolf. We choose this zone because it's right in the extra monster zone. This is for a specific reason, because now we will link summon into a link 4 Salamangreat Raging Phoenix. And to get Raging Phoenix effect off, you will activate the Sanctuary and then link that off for another copy of itself. This lets you add any Salamangreat card from your deck to your hand. We want to activate Salamangreat Rage to add, we want to add Salamangreat Rage to have a destruction effect, but we're going to use our chain links here. Chain link 1 is going to be Raging Phoenix to add, and chain link 2 is going to be your Roar we sent to graveyard. One of the very first things we did. So when you relink a monster using itself as material, you get to set this from your graveyard. This is Omni Negate. It's going to negate a spell, trap, or monster effect activation. So you just set it right there. Next, chain resolves. You'll get your your Salamangreat Rage into your hand, and then you'll set it. So this is what you have. You still have a card in hand. This was a 2-card combo. So you have your Sunlight Wolf here. It's pointing to the extra monster zone. Whenever your opponent will summon something to the extra monster zone, Sunlight Wolf will activate, and you can add whatever you want from your graveyard to your hand, or even a monster to your extra deck. You will have protection. You have the Omni Negate here. When it's used, it'll be banished though. And you have the Rage. That'll destroy up to 4 cards because the Raging Phoenix was linked using another Raging Phoenix. So now you can summon for each of its arrows. It's pretty good. So what you have in graveyard, you have protection with Balinks. You have follow-up with both Spinny and Jaguar. You have a disruption with Promethean Princess. She can special summon herself from graveyard by targeting a monster you control that's fire and an opponent's monster after they special summon. And you can destroy both and special summon her. And Raging Phoenix, if a fire monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, it special summons itself and you gain the attack of that monster. Pretty sick with 2 cards. This is a basic starter deck. You can build off that combo. You could get rid of your multiples, you know, add hand traps into the deck if you want. More traps, you know. Mess with ratios a lot. But for a starter deck, having the duplicates allows you to do this so consistently. And hope you guys enjoy.